Hi, you guys. I am so happy to be live with you today. My goodness. I just had to come on. Hello. Hello, Need Therapies. Hello, Doctor. Hi, Christy. You guys are amazing. And so good afternoon. I'm so happy to see you guys. You guys, I just had to come on and just share because, my time this morning, my prayer and meditation time this morning was so rich. My time in class with my spiritual teacher in Africa was so insightful. Oh my God, it blessed me so much. And that just spurred like a journaling time and an awesome prayer and meditation time. And I just had to come on and share some of the insights with you guys because honestly, it blessed me so much. And it's just so pertinent to this time that we are in with all of these big energies, swirling. And that we are now tasked with transmuting to the vibration of love. Because that's our jobs as workers of light, workers of love, workers of good, workers of God. Okay? So first, I want to read what my teacher said that blessed me so much. Let me get my journal. But the baby is right here. Let's see. He said, the goal of life is evolution. You're here on earth to evolve and be in service to the promotion of life. I'm going to read that again. The goal of life is evolution. You're here on earth to evolve and be in service to the promotion of life, which is the promotion of love, the promotion of good, the promotion of God. That blessed me so much because it's just so true. Because with all of these energies swirling around, and they don't all feel good. Some energies of separation, of hate, of anger, of fear, a lot of different energies very high in our mix. Anxiety, a lot of different things. And it's very, very easy when we are experiencing and feeling those energies. It's very easy for us to shrink. It's very easy for us to shrink from our God consciousness. That's why you see a lot of tribalism. But the truth is, in times like this is when we're called to expand. Why? Because in the midst of all all these storms, in the midst of the storms, we have to be the ones that are going to promote life, promote love, promote the highest good for all. We have to embody that. We have to stand in that. We have to be the ones that make sure that this time of change translates to a time of progress. That's what it means for us to be true workers of light. That's what it means. That's what we signed up for when we acknowledged and joined and got on a spiritual path, And so I began thinking, right? I just meditated on and reflected on, okay, this is true. How are we to do that? How are we to do that? And the thing that came up for me so strong, so powerfully, was to get comfortable sitting in discomfort. Get comfortable sitting in discomfort. Y'all know I just realized that I'm not using a filter. There is this really cute filter that I wanted to use for this video, but anyway, I'm with y'all now. But we have to get comfortable sitting in discomfort. Why is that? Why do we have to get comfortable sitting in discomfort? Before I even say that, by the way, just so we know and get clear, that's why we've been doing our practice. That's why we've been on our practice. That's why we've been on the mat. That's why we've been sitting in our silence. That's why we've been taking control of our minds. This is the reason why. This is why we've been in our prayer meditation and in our sacred study and in healing ourselves of our own traumas, so that we could expand enough as God beings, and our love consciousness and our God consciousness could expand enough so that we would then have the strength to be able to be comfortable sitting in discomfort. Because when we can sit calmly in discomfort, we can alchemize any emotion, any feeling, any energy that moves through us. When we can be comfortable sitting in discomfort, we can feel the energy of extreme anger and outrage moving through us and not be driven and taken away by that emotion. We can feel fear. We can feel anxiety. We can feel these things and sit in them comfortably and not be driven by them. What is the power of that? Well, if we were to bask in the unforgiveness of those emotions, and we were to coddle those emotions and those energies as they flow through us, we would get emotionally constipated. It would produce stagnation within us. Hate, fear, doubt, worry, separation, all anger, those things, all they do is produce emotional constipation within us. And stagnation is never good for a spiritual being. That's why we get in our practice, right? That's why some of you on the yoga mat, you're moving, you're focusing on your breath, you're allowing energy to move through you. You're freeing yourself of any energetic constipation. You're freeing yourself of any stagnation. It's a physical practice to help you do that, as is dancing. Right? So when we allow that energy and motion to flow through us, not running from it, but to flow through us and sit calmly in that, and we represent the spiritual nobility that we are, now in the midst of that calm, guess what? Now we can listen. We can listen and we can hear. What is it trying to tell us? What is it that's ours to do to transmute this to a frequency of love? How do I take all of this, and instead of being pulled and dragged into the vibration of that, how do I lift all of those energies to my vibration of love? How do I transmute that? How do I turn that into transformational energy for all who I'm blessed to come in contact with? This is how we allow our consciousness, our God consciousness, to truly lead us into clear directions on how we are to be the light. This is how we do this, getting comfortable, sitting in discomfort. And that's what we're called to do. That's what we're called to do. That is really how we get the specifics of the inspired action that we're called to take. That's what, and let me tell you, when we get clear on that and we understand that, you don't have any more problems trying to be consistent in your practice. The question of how do I remain consistent in my practice, that problem goes away. You know why? Because you won't move without hearing. You won't speak without being spoken through. That's how it will work. That's how it will work, because you will understand that you are being guided. You are being guided and used by the presence of God, the presence of good, in order to be the ones that can be able to calm the storm that is within our midst. Something else that my teacher said today that truly blessed me and really just gave me the energy of embodying this. He said, I hope that I can say it as eloquently as him, y'all. Oh, it was so beautiful. He said, no storm, no matter how big it is, no storm in the ocean can upset the calm of the entire ocean. No storm in the ocean, no matter how big it is, can upset the calm of the entire ocean. That moved me so much. It moved me so much because you know what? That's how we're called to be. In our spiritual practice, we're embracing our oneness with God. We're consciously embracing our oneness with God. And in the presence of God, we live, move, and have our being. That is a scripture. you know. And sometimes, and I just want to put this out there, sometimes, you know, unfortunately, you know, you'll notice that I speak Bible scriptures all the time. And unfortunately, so many beautiful teachings have been hijacked by dogma that cause separation. But truthfully, that's not necessary, because truthfully, the Bible is a book of mind science. That's really what it is. And so anyway, that's a side note. We can talk about that another time. But, you know, the Bible says in God we live, move, and have our beingness. And so there's nothing that is happening outside of the presence of God, no matter how uncomfortable it might feel for us. And so if we want to really know how it is that we're being called to show up as the voice of love, as the presence of love, then we have to be the ones who embody and reflect that calm, the calm of the entire ocean. You know, we can't allow our peace to be upset. We have to be able to sit in the discomfort of all of these energies, of the fear and the hate and the doubt and all of those things. And we have to be able to be the ones who can also simultaneously tune into the frequency of peace, of love, of joy, of good, of God. And then when we can do that, you guys, the inspired action is going to flow. It's going to flow, and you're going to love being in that flow so much, because you'll see how you're being positively used to impact the planet, that, trust me, you'll be so committed to your practice. It won't even be an issue, because that's how we consciously show up, consciously embrace being the light. I just wanted to share that with y'all because it blessed me. Let me see. Was that all I wanted to say? I don't know. That's all I am saying. Let me see. I love y'all. Let me look at your comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. Send me some hearts if that resonated with you. Wait, John said emotional constipation. That is a term I didn't know I needed. That's it. It's true. You guys, when we see people, that's, to me, it's a term that helps me not judge people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, gosh, you can show up in a way, you guys, we see it, right? I see people behaving in ways that anger me deeply, that frustrate me deeply, that I'm like, oh, how could you? Even in these times, right? But I bring myself to remembrance. You know what? That is still a divine being. The presence of God is in that person, just like the presence of God is in me. They're just emotionally constipated by hate right now. And that's just their state. That's just their state. You know what I mean? And we've been seeing how that type of energy manifests itself between races here on our planet. But the truth is, the true issue is not even between races. It's not even between races. You see, all of us of all races have been protesting and lifting our voice. The true issue is between power and powerless. Do you see what I mean? That's really what is going on. It's really about power. And it manifests itself all over our world in different ways. And the people can be the same color. So, we're just addressing it in the form of racism because of the climate that we see. But the truth is, we are taking a stand for promoting love, promoting life, promoting more good and more God to embody and exude and reflect and reveal more peace on our planet. That's really what we're doing. And we all have different jobs in that. And look at how we're waking up. So many things are happening. We're being open to listening to people that we never listened to before. We're being open to collaborate with people that we never collaborated with before. We're being open to empathizing with people that we never empathized with before. We're being moved in so many ways, right? Because here's the truth. And those things are powerful. Because here's the truth. You've been doing your work. You've done the work to find your purpose. You've done the work to build your purpose-driven business and express more abundance in your life. You've done the work to pull yourself out of addiction. You've done. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, you guys. You've done the work to be able to elevate your vibration and do what you need to do to reign as the God being that you are in your life. And guess what? You've done the work to do that. And now what? And now what? For what? For what? For such a time as this, to consciously show up in a way that promotes the good, that life and love and God is seeking to promote right now. When you get into this consciousness and this knowingness, you'll know what to do, what changes to make in your business to reflect your new consciousness now that you have evolved. You'll know what to do with your money, what causes to support, what businesses to support, where to circulate it. That's very important. That is a very important part of us consciously choosing to be the light. Because do you know that your money is your sacred service energy? Think of it. It came to you because of your resourcefulness, your creativity, your generosity, your expertise, your skills, all of these good God qualities that emanate from your essence. And circulating money is circulating that beautiful energy. You want to circulate it consciously in ways that promote the good that you're here to represent. This is how we go to the next level to create a world that works for everyone. Because it's really not about race, it's about power. And when we're conscious of how we circulate our sacred service energy, our money, that is one way that we express where the power is. We can consciously choose to circulate our energy in ways that shows that the power is with the people and not with any governmental powers and forces that might seek to divide us so that we can be manipulated to continue to promote a system that doesn't serve the whole of us. That's what our waking up is about, you guys. And it is serious business. And when we really tune into it, trust me, the inspired action will come. I know I keep saying this, but have you guys signed up for the workshop? It's really more of a collective conversation. It's going to be next week. We're going to go deeper into this work. Honestly, I'm still getting my life together after being on maternity leave, so I don't yet know what day it's going to be, but likely next weekend. But I'm going to send an email about the time that it's sharing when it's going to be. So make sure you click the link in my bio and sign up for the workshop so that we can go deeper in this work and do everything that we're called to do. Because guess what? Light workers unite. It's our time. The world needs us. We have to lead our planet into higher consciousness. We have to do that. Yeah, we have to do that. And to do that, we have to be comfortable sitting in discomfort. We're stronger than it. The divine in us is stronger and bigger than anything. I love you guys.